Hi, I am James the Man's Man, and welcome back to the Man's Kitchen. Today, we're going to do part 2 of our 2-part rib series. Now, last time we did the baby back ribs, and we baked them in the oven. Then we finished them on the indoor grill. Today is a beautiful day outside, so we are going to take these ribs out to the grill right from the start. Now, my ingredients today, I happen to have 2 racks of side ribs, or St. Louis ribs, or even Kansas City ribs, depending on where you live. I've got my trusty box of kosher salt, I've got some Tex-Mex, and I've got some cumin. Now, before you say anything, I know in the last video I said I love to put pickling spice on my ribs. It's a little weird, but that's my secret ingredient. But I also love variety. So not everything has to be done the same every time. And I'll show you how to prepare these right after this. And we're back. And I hope everyone who likes this video hits the subscribe button below. If you click the little bell icon, you'll get notifications when I upload new videos. If you want to follow me on my social media accounts such as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, you can get notifications when I upload new videos. So, back into these ribs. Just like in my last video, I scored the membrane on the back. I'm going to douse these up with some kosher salt. Some cumin, which is one of my favorite spices. You know, you can never get enough out of the actual holes there. You always have to take them off. Just pour them on. One of my favorite things. It adds a nice smokiness. And some Tex-Mex. I'm not going to go crazy with the Tex-Mex because I don't want to cover up that cumin. Okay, we're going to give these a flip. Get them on both sides. So you do not have to put these on the grill for 4 to 5 hours like I'm about to. You can oven bake these using the procedure from my last video. However, because they are side ribs, they do need to be cooked twice as long as the baby back ribs do, because these come from a more worked area of the ribs. Last week I mentioned that the ribs happen to go around the lungs. So as the animal breathes, it happens to work the muscles, and the back ribs aren't worked as much, so they're more tender, whereas these side ribs get all the heavy work. So these are very tough to begin with. So if you're gonna oven bake them using the procedure from my last video on ribs, then you're gonna want to double your time on these. Or you can take these right out to the barbecue, and I'm gonna show you what to do outside. Okay, and we're outside. I have my barbecue, or my grill, has a temperature of 275 degrees, which is exactly what I want. To get that, I have one burner on, and it's on only about a quarter. It's a 3-burner propane grill. Over on this side, I happen to have the ability to cook with charcoal, but since this needs to cook for about 4 to 5 hours, and I'm not going to be here for a better part of the day, we have to go do some errands. I don't want to risk losing anything, but maybe the coals go out, or it's just easier to do it like this. And since I only have this burner on, I'm going to put the ribs over here. So they're going to indirectly cook in the heat. I have them rib side down, and I'm going to leave them here for 2 to 3 hours before I flip them. I'm going to come back to this in 2 hours. I'm going to come back to this in between, though, just to make sure the temperature's right, but I'm not going to touch the ribs for at least 2 hours. We're back. It's been 2.5 hours, and now I'm going to give these a flip. And you look at the top of this, you can see that it almost looks like it's starting to turn to leather, to be honest, in color. And I don't mean leather in toughness, I just mean in color. Like that looks like a belt that I would like to have. But when we look at the back side, you can see you're starting to get there's char marks where it was in contact with the grill. So we're just going to flip these over. Now they're rib side up. We're going to close the lid. And I noticed that the temperature had come down a little bit, so I gave it just a little bit of a turn. I'm probably going to come out in another half hour just to check on the temperature, but I'm going to let these go for another 2 hours on here. See you in a bit. We're back. We started this at 10 o'clock this morning. It is now 3:15. You can see that I've taste tested a little bit on that rib there. 2 bones worth. And so far, they are delicious, they are cooked, and they are ready for phase 2, sauce. So I've got the same barbecue sauce from last rib show. We're gonna slather these bad boys up. And the reason that you wait till now is because if you put the sauce on too early, it will burn. Got these slathered up nice. We're going to flip them, put them bone side down again. We're going to let that barbecue sauce cook on there. We're going to close her up. We're going to turn the heat up a bit now. And actually, even going to add, yeah, we're just going to turn the heat up on the one burner. And we're going to let that convection action happen, because the heat is going to travel around. As the hot air rises, it's going to come down and land on those ribs. All right, 20 minutes have elapsed. We're going to open the lid. We're going to brush up backs of these ribs with our sauce. Gonna flip them. We're back in about 10 to 15 minutes and we're gonna eat them. All right, I have a confession to make. I came out, I turned on the other 2 burners, I cranked it up, it's over 500 degrees right now, and I flipped it just one more time, and then I just unflipped it before I came to turn this on so I could get some nice char on the barbecue sauce. And now I have everything off. You can see the ribs here, how nice they look. I'm going to take my knife, slice one off. You can see it's cooked all the way through. Whoa, that's hot to touch. Ow. I can barely hold it. It's so hot. It's so good. I want to keep eating. Remember, follow my videos, follow this channel, click subscribe, click the balloon, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter so you can get updates on my next videos. And you too can cook like the man's man.